How's it going? I'm Coach Terrence Sims, head coach at Bradford Academy in Southfield. Today I'm doing a lesson on cover six, which is what I do, my defense versus trips. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about cover six, which is a split coverage, cover four on one side, cover two on the other side. This is what I use to cover trips. This is also a good defense to go against five wide. If you don't want to man up five wide like most folks do. So we'll start from the trip side, breaking it down. We call it quarter, quarter, half, flats. So from the trip side, quarter, quarter, half, flats for your 4 DBs. This is a good coverage if you're in a 43 or 4-2-5, which is what I run. Almost the same thing. You just walk your linebacker out or walk your nickel out. So that's the basis of the coverage, with a hook curl wall to the trip side and a hook curl away from on the cover two side. But like I always you still start up front. Even though we're going to talk about the back end, you can still set your alignment the way you need for your strength. So here we are in the under front, which would be typically away from the field or away from the strength. And we would call that lids. So a lot of people get confused. Your front and your coverage can be opposite. So this is an under front, but we would call this, tray right. So to the right side, we're covering our trips. We're still in the under front, so it'll be a lids call. So we're not gonna go over the front too much, but I'm just letting you know little keys and tendencies of the whole defense, okay? So on the back end, we'll go ahead and start with our corner. We have cover four. We usually go inside leverage, 6x1. We have a deep quarter. Our free safety, this screen, they have him outside leverage of the number 3. I usually like him inside leverage of the number 3 because he has a quarter. So these two, this is our diamond here with these 3 protecting over these 3 receivers, the trips. So we usually line up about 10 to 12. And he has a quarter, normal quarter tendencies and principles, normal quarter principles from the corner. On the back side, we have our safety. We would call it our boundary safety or strong safety. Too high safety would have normal cover 2 principles, which we would have a half of a field. So let's go ahead and break it down. Underneath, we have a flat defender from our corner, which I usually like to line my flat defender up square to the receiver and take away outside leverage and funnel him back into our diamond here, which will be our hook curl defender, our linebacker. Our hook to wall read 3 defender is our Mike to the trip side. Most importantly, our flat defender to the trips is just going to be our nickel or a rover or a weak side linebacker or wheel linebacker. And his job, he has the most important job to me. He has buzz to flats. Now this says curl flats. So this is the key guy. If the hole in the cover 6 would be here. It would be, if this defender goes right out to the flats, before this linebacker can work his way over, you'll have a hole. So in my defense, we have inside leverage of the number 2, and we call it buzz to flats because we want a flat foot read. I want him to buzz and reroute and work his way to flats late before just running the flats, leaving this hole open. And what this does is give this Mike linebacker time to wall off and hook curl and cover the hole a little bit. So quick to flats will be the weakest defense, will be the weakness in the defense. But we believe in rallying and covering and tackling the flats as opposed to jumping to the flats and try to cover it, leaving something open behind you. Okay? So that's the basis of the defense. Now here's the tweaks of the defense. I have under the center with single back. Now in shotgun, if the back was to the right of the quarterback's right, that means we wouldn't have no threat for this Sam. This is an automatic blitz in my defense because basically we don't want 3 people covering 1. So that gives me a chance to blitz out of our cover 6 package, which a lot of people don't. That's if this back is away. Now, if this back is 2, then we still have a 3-on-2. If this back comes here to make it 5 wide, we still have our 3-on-2, which we can stay in this defense versus cover 3, or versus trips, or versus 5 wide. So one more time, it's a couple other things you can do. You can lock here and you can rob with your safety. You can blitz and you can have you can lock here. You can blitz the Sam and have the safety cover flat to running back. But we usually like to run it just the basics of the cover 6. So that's the cover 6 in a nutshell. Again, quarter, half flats. We have a buzz to flat defender. We have a hook curl wall, and we have a hook curl defender. And you can set your set whichever way you want. You can set your front whichever way you want. Like I said, we usually try to go away from the trips if there's no immediate threat as far as in the run game. So I'm Terrence Sims, Bradford Academy, and that's my cover 6.